How's it going? Welcome back to my shop. I was recently in Maine doing a little paid gig I got, and then I was visiting a friend, and we went antiquing, and I got myself a number 12 scraper at an antique mall. And I've been playing with it at home. I like scrapers. I've got a couple already, many different types. I've got this one here, very modern. It's just basically a holder for a very small flat blade. This is really good for knocking down little bits of epoxy if I fill cracks with it. And then I've got like a traditional type scraper, card scraper. These are very good for just knocking down a glue joint. You bend the card and you go along the glue joint, and it knocks down that glue very quickly. The problem with something like this is that you can also gouge the wood very quickly if you keep going. So the number 12 Stanley scraper here is a little different. You don't bend it. It sits into the holder. There's a little screw here that pivots and just clamps the blade at the bottom. Generally speaking, scrapers are quite easy to use. The trick with a card scraper is putting the burr on it. A little bit of a learning curve there, and the same with this one. You just basically change the blade. I've been playing around with this one, and it came with the original blade, which is just getting a bit too short. It has a 45-degree angle on it, and then you put the burr on the opposite side. And then you put it in here, and then as you move these little screws around, it starts to engage it as you push it along. Because it's got a 45-degree angle and a burr on one side, you only use this in the one direction. There's a little bit of a learning curve with this one. I bought a replacement blade for it, and this is like a traditional card scraper, but it's the right width to fit in here. So it's just got the flat bottom with a burr on both sides, not the 45-degree angle with the burr on the one side. And I'm getting the nice little curls with that, but not with the one that came with it. And it's a bit thicker. And I think it's maybe because of the way I sharpened it. Here's the 45-degree angle, and I went down to about a 30, like you would do with the traditional card scraper. I'm practicing on this piece of wood here that I was going to burn, but I think I'll make something out of it. And where I had the CNC flatten it, you can see the path that the router took with the flattening bit. So I've just been practicing on getting rid of those machine marks. Let's go back to my welding bench, and I'm going to try and get a proper edge on this scraper. I'm only going to sharpen one side of this because where this fits into the number 12, the little pinch screw hits right on this other edge, so that would ruin any type of burr I put on it. So this one's nice and square. There's a little bit of rust here I'm going to get rid of with a bit of sandpaper and glass. Then I'm going to get rid of the old burr with my diamond stone here and a little bit of water. Then I will just give the 45-degree angle a bit of a polish. And I've got a water stone in a bucket here. If there's any burr from the polishing, I will remove that with the water stone. And then I will use my burnisher in the vise to put a nice new hook on it. I can feel a pretty good hook on there, so I think I'm going to go with that. Still getting more dust than shavings. Still getting more dust than shavings. Still more dust than shavings. Maybe starting with a really difficult piece of wood was not the right way to go. So let me try this piece of poplar and see if we get better results with that. Okay, I put a burr on this replacement blade, just like I normally would. So let's get this upright. Still not happy with it. Oh, there we go. There we go. So I had a couple problems going on. I think I've got it figured out now. What I was doing is I was putting in, say this is my blade, I was putting it in vertically. And as I was leaning it forward, it was engaging with the wood. Well, this isn't the right angle for a scraper blade to be at. So what I should have done was put it in at an angle like this, so that it was flush. And as I'm moving it forward, then it's engaging with the wood at the proper angle for the scraper blade to work. So that was my problem. It's a bit more work to get the hook on that original blade, but either one works pretty good once you have it figured out. But I look forward to using this more in the future. So every day is a school day. Thanks for watching.